Oh man, okay. We gotta talk about this. So unless you've been living under a rock, you might have seen that, Shrek, the big jolly green ogre, he's come back. And that's awesome. People love Shrek, including myself. I'm a Shrek fanatic. I own all the Shrek movies. I got them again on 4K during Christmas. Every time my high school friends come over, we watch Shrek. Shrek is just awesome. And the whole internet loves him. At least, sort of. Not really right now. They like the old Shrek, but not this current new Shrek. And I kind of want to dive into why I think that is, because honestly, it's a little bizarre. This could be a simple case of just new is bad, but I personally think it's a little deeper than that. I think that there's honestly some psychological reasons as to why. I don't mean like mental problems. There are reasons buried in our psyche as to why many of us aren't taking to this new Shrek. Now, what do I think about it? Well, I'm going to leave you on a little string there. Who knows? I could love him. I could hate him. It could be anything. I did take the liberty into making a little Shrek science board. It's got sticky notes on it. It's got pictures and whatever, the whole shebang. So let's go take a look at this board. You're supposed to follow me, by the way. Just letting you know. Like now, Okay. Here we go. We got the Shrektacular mystery board. Now this, I spent a really good long 20 minutes on this. And you know what? I think it was worth it. We got some nice images here. Shrek is right there, some words. These are all things that go into these boards. So these are all my theories on why I think people may not be taking to this new Shrek design. So anyways, I'm going to go back to my seat now because I feel like an idiot. So, all right, now that you've seen the board, we can dive into this because honestly, this is like weird. First off, I just want to preface, whatever the word is, that I am not an expert. I am not an expert on anything. Like literally nothing. I'm just a dude. This is not like some objective, like, the new designs are bad and the old one's good. Like, no, it's not that. It's just simply me theorizing. So yeah, let's get into it. Now, the first thing that got me thinking about this, specifically when looking at these new designs, was really what makes Shrek special? What makes those original designs so special that makes people love them so much? And that, in my opinion, is the realism. You see, Shrek has always been way more than just a tech demo. At the time, sure, a lot of animation companies were trying to, make things as realistic as possible and trying to advance technology in so many ways. But Shrek was way more than that. Sure, it was really nice looking. Sure, it was groundbreaking for the time and it looked awesome. But honestly, the simplicity and realism of it was very much part of the joke on its parody, which leads into the next point, the uncanny realism. The uncanny realism of Shrek may not necessarily look uncanny, but seeing all these characters, especially the humans and princesses and whatever fairy tale creatures that in this super realistic, almost unappealing, unpolished way adds to the parody element, which I think people forget that Shrek is a parody. I didn't really know that as a kid. And I guess a lot of people know that. I'm sorry. That might just sound really stupid. But yes, Shrek is a parody. And that realism really added to that nature of it being a parody, of it feeling almost off-brand. And it added a bit of that edge to it. It's like Shrek wasn't conforming to the polished nature of Disney, because people forget too, Shrek was supposed to be anti-Disney. It really was. It was trying to defer from that classic Disney polish, be rough around the edges, and to sort of defy the norm on what the standards were for animated movies at the time, especially family movies. So that realism and that sort of minimalist sort of nature to it very much added to Shrek's style. Which is why I think when these new designs came out that looked very expressive, very polished, very reminiscent of the Illumination and Dreamworks movies that we're all seeing nowadays, and that's probably why a lot of people didn't dig it. But anyways, how are we doing so far? Please put down your pitchforks and torches. Like I said, I haven't said my opinion yet. I could love it. I could hate it. Who knows? I'm not leaving you in the dark here. Why am I rubbing my hands? Feels so weird. And, a lot of people were bringing up that, nobody was really up in arms when Puss in Boots got a massive redesign a few years ago. I don't remember one person that was like, oh man, I missed the original Puss in Boots. Why wasn't anybody? Like, nobody said that, which was interesting. But I think it mostly comes down to that redesign was awesome. I mean, come on, look at the two of them. But that also leads into another thing, is that this new Shrek design, it's not the same. It's not the same as the Puss in Boots design. A lot of people have been trying to say, yeah, it's the same. What are you talking about? No, it's not. Where are you seeing that? And I think people are sort of confusing that with this new animation wave that we're seeing of most animated movies having a distinct style to them and being super expressive and all that stuff. But yeah, it's not the same style. If you watch The Last Wish, it very much has kind of a painted storybook style to it. That's very expressive and very energetic and electric and goes all over the place. And it's extremely colorful. Whereas you look at this, it doesn't really have that. It's very much, if anything, more reminiscent of the older Shrek, but without the simplistic sort of realistic designs to it. They're just a little bit more exaggerated. It's almost like it's trying to be a little in between, and it doesn't work as well. So yeah, it's a different style. But not only that, The Last Wish, that was a spin-off. Like, the whole Puss in Boots series is a spin-off, obviously. And because of that, I think people are a lot more lenient on spin-offs. Like, you can take a lot more creative liberties with that and kind of go crazy and do whatever you want. Because it's not in, like, the mainline series. Is that what you call it? Mainline series, I guess? Like I said, if it was like a spin-off or a reboot, I think people would be way more lenient on it. But it's because it's called Shrek 5. We doing well still? I hope you're doing well. Anybody need a snack or juice box or whatever? I don't know how I could give it to you. I mean, you're like behind a screen. Like I said, I haven't even said if I like these designs or not. I could love them. I could hate them. Who knows still? Moving on, we have our biggest point here, and it's honestly my biggest theory as to why I think people are hating these new designs. And that is the Shrek pop culture madness. You see Shrek, those like 3 PNGs that you see all the time, that is ingrained into everybody's mind. So having that model of Shrek not only be associated with the movies, the memes, pop culture, just every single piece of merchandise, Universal Studios.
Chicken.
Then I had that taste. The new grilled sourdough bacon cheeseburger at Burger King. Now I'm a believer.
With Shrek surgery. Remove all of Shrek's injuries fast, or else.
Don't make this ogre angry.
Plunge into adventure with Shrek and Donkey in the all-new Shrek 4D.
The Shrek 2 party starts November 5th at Walmart with a Shrek 2 DVD, rated PG.
And stay there.
And then I saw her face.
Thanks, Shrek.
You're welcome, laddie.
I like the green crunchy ones myself.
Whoa.
Of course, it's gonna seem a little weird when that iconic design changes. And it's definitely why people were freaking out. Which brings me to my last point, and it's something that I touched upon earlier. Remember when I said that Shrek was the anti-Disney? Well, having that iconic design changed and having it feel more like a generic Illumination, Dreamworks movie, specifically like every single animated movie you see, where everything's stylized. As creative as it is and as awesome as that is trying to do something different and be all cartoony and whatever, almost feels like it's conforming. And it feels like when everybody's trying to do something special and unique, no one really is. That's why I put that Incredibles quote there, because it kind of associated that. And I don't know if I'm getting that point across. Basically what I'm saying is that because we've been seeing this new animation wave where everything's been trying to be super stylized and super expressive or whatever, it feels odd to see Shrek just kind of be slipping into that. And see that iconic design, which was supposed to be against the polish that Disney and all these other companies were doing, just sort of look like any other Dreamworks Illumination animation project. And it's definitely why people were getting upset. So yeah, I could be wrong, but that's just another one of my theories. Now, to close this off is, does it all matter? Does any of this matter? Honestly, no. I'll finally let you know what I think about these designs. Do I like them? Do I hate them? Well, I don't really like them. But, that doesn't mean they're bad designs. Now, as much as I was thrown off by these at first, and I was like, oh man, what are they doing to these? The longer I've had to sit with them, the more I kind of look at them and I'm like, these aren't bad designs. Like on their own, if you were to look at them, if you had never seen the original Shrek, if this was just something that was posted on Twitter and someone was just like, hey guys, look, this is a random fan art I did of Shrek or something like that, people wouldn't have a problem with it. It's only because it's official. Like on its own, they're pretty good designs. Like they're fun designs. Except for Donkey. I just can't get behind Donkey. He looks weird. Sorry, man. But they are not bad designs. On their own, they're fine. But they're not great Shrek designs. And what I mean by that is that they just don't fit the tone of what Shrek has always been trying to do, for all the reasons I've stated before. But honestly, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, what makes Shrek Shrek is the writing. And as long as we have good writing, that's all that matters. Because look, we can have great designs. We can have designs that look exactly like the old ones, but if the writing sucks, And that doesn't matter. And I think people are forgetting too that we have the director of Shrek 2 co-directing this, I think. Yeah, he's like co-directing it or something. So that's a win. But yeah, even if I don't dig these designs, like, it's not the end of the world. Like, it is no ugly Sonic situation. Like, I've seen people say that, like, oh, this is an ugly Sonic situation. We gotta change it. No, it's not. Like, it is not. Sonic, that was a complete misunderstanding of what made that character look good. And this, it just looks off, I'd say. So basically, don't bully artists. Don't waste your time. Like, all these animators already overworked and underpaid and whatever. Like just leave them alone. Look, as happy as I am that Sonic got redesigned, like, we don't need another animation company just shutting down and people losing jobs. Because at the end of the day, it's just a movie. None of it's real. So yeah, don't bully animators. It's not that bad. Nobody's wrong for liking these designs. Nobody's wrong for disliking these designs. In the end, it's all pretty subjective. So yeah, I'm probably wrong about all this. Who knows? I know nothing most of the time. I hope you enjoyed this theory thing that I did on Shrek. Yeah, this is what I'm doing with my life. Very fun. Now I can get on to the real juice, which is Ghostbusters next week or whenever. I don't know. Never have time. If you're new here, please subscribe. If you enjoyed this, subscribe and maybe watch some of my stuff. I'd appreciate it. Anyways, yeah. Gonna take down this board now that I spent like 20 minutes making. Subscribe and I'll see you later. Oh. Titan, were you just lying there on the couch like the whole time? You know you could have helped me, right? With like the board and everything. It took me 20 minutes to do. 20 minutes. Oh, sorry. Am I boring you, Titan? Oh, yeah. Yeah, lie back down. Go ahead. You know, Titan, we're dealing with Shrek, okay? That's a serious subject matter, okay? You know what? I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that you're a dog, that you can't help out with stuff. Is that racist? I can't tell. Anyways.